This is just a quick video about homework number 1. And I just want to comment on two of the questions, question 2 and question 3. So question 2, the firm has to pay a tax rate, tau F, against its total production, which is this. So that makes its profits equal to, well, its total revenue minus, it now has two expenses. One is it's got to pay the government taxes. And then the second is, of course, it has to pay workers. So you can just rewrite that as 1 minus the tax rate times production minus total costs. So this whole thing here now is what total revenue becomes, whereas this is total cost. So you notice the total cost is not changed by this tax, but total revenue is. So what that implies is if you're thinking about this graph, total cost, total revenue, down here is employment. Well, if this is the total revenue, which is the production function, then 1 minus tau is just going to shift it down like that. But it has no effect on the total cost function, which just looks like that. That's a WN. So what you can do is just figure out what level of production will maximize profits when there's no tax rate and then when there is a tax rate. Now, question 3 is slightly different. Now you're paying a tax on the entire profits. So your after-tax profits become this. That's just profits minus tax against profits. So what is that? That's just 1 minus the tax rate on profits times, now it's just the usual total cost, total revenue. That's a K. Minus total cost. So what you should see is that this tax rate is going to hit total revenue in exactly the same way that it hits total cost. So then what you want to ask yourself is how, if at all, does the tax rate affect this profit maximization condition that marginal revenue equals marginal cost? I'll give you a hint. Here, marginal revenue gets directly affected by this tax rate. And this is then marginal product. Let me clean that up. So the marginal revenue is just after tax marginal product, and marginal cost is just the wage, as always. So you want to ask, well, what is marginal revenue and marginal cost down here? And if you can answer that question, then you'll see immediately that up here, we're going to get that the labor demand function shifts, and down here, we should find that nothing happens.